Hello everyone, my name is Paula and one of my New Year's resolutions was to start, I don't know if podcast is the right word, but making videos on YouTube about all of the things I make and all of the things I'd like to make. I knit, I sew, I crochet and I make teddy bears, which comes under sewing as well, toy making I suppose. I live in Norfolk, you can probably tell by my accent, with my husband and my 3 children. I've got twins who are 13 and a little girl, well she's not really little anymore, and she is 9, nearly 10. I started knitting when I was probably 4. Yeah, I think so. And I started off by making, I don't know if anybody remembers these patterns that were around in the 80s. They were designed by a lady called Jean Greenhow. And there were all sorts of soft toys. There was a nurse, a doctor. I remember making jelly beans because they were easy. They were just one colour. So I started off making those. And it was my nan that taught me how to knit. And my dad's aunties as well, and my dad's cousins. And then I stopped for a little while, and then a few years ago I realised that I was spending all night on my phone, and the television was on, and I'd go to bed in the evenings and I hadn't had a clue about what I'd watched during the day. I'd just sat there all night like this. And then refresh, nothing else had happened. Refresh again, nothing else had happened. And I just thought, what a waste of time. So it was around Christmas and my mum had asked me what I wanted. So I said, I'll have one of these. And it was an Attic 24 yarn pack to make a blanket with. But it was the crochet pattern. But I thought, well, I'll just knit all night. And I did. And I've just been addicted ever since, again. I love to knit blankets, I like to knit socks, I like to make clothes. I make everything really. I made myself a hat the other day. I don't know, still not 100% sure if it suits me because I've got a fringe. It pushes it down, and because of the length of this bit of hair, it sort of makes it look like I've got fake hair from a joke shop. You know, you can get hats with the hair stuck round. Well, I think, but I've worn it a couple of times, and my little girl let me wear it when we went to town together, so it can't be that bad. And sewing, when I was pregnant with my daughter, who is now 9, I developed a hip condition and I was just stuck in a chair the whole time. Like even turning over in bed used to wake me up. So I thought, oh well, I'm gonna have to do something, and I bought myself a sewing machine. I taught myself to sew, and now I make all my own clothes, or I try to. Bags, cushions, curtains. I'm looking around this room, there's lots of things here. I made all these people up here. Yeah, make everything really. I cannot bear to be sitting still and not making something. In fact, it's driving me, I think I'm going to have to pick up this and start this actually. Yeah. I even went on with my friends at work the other day. We went round some pubs in Cambridge, which is near where I live, a few train stops away. And I was even doing that even after a few drinks. I was still knitting in the pub. I just cannot bear to sit still and not do anything, because it's time that could be spent making something. And, you know, I sit next to my husband in the evenings and he would, at the end of the night, I've got something to show for the time that I've been sitting still, and he's just got nothing to show at all. I'm in my dining room at the minute, but behind me here I call this my sewing table, but it's not really, because I've got another table. I've got another room down the other end of the house which has got lots of other craft supplies in it. Lots and lots of fabric, which I'll probably never get, well, I will get round to using it. And I keep all of my acrylic yarn down there as well. I've got bags and bags full of it, because you never know. And my neighbour who lives next door, she knits, and she likes to make jumpers for her grandson, and she'll quite often pop round and say, have you got a little bit of black, have you got a little bit of blue? And I say, yes I have. And I keep all of my knitting patterns down there as well, and my knitting books. I might show you down there one day. So I don't know where to start. I suppose I'll start with, oh, that was my phone. I've got a message from my mother-in-law. Well, I'm wearing a dress that I've made, actually, with all these bumblebees all over it. I've made this dress, I think, 5 times, because what I tend to do is, if I find a pattern that I like, a dress pattern, and if it fits me nicely, I'll make a dress in every single colour under the sun. I've got a green one, I've got a red one, I've got this one, but there's another pattern which I might wear next time, and I think I've got 30 dresses made from the same pattern, because I liked it that much. But I'll show you that another day. Right, so I think I'm going to start with things that I've finished, and these are things that I've finished over Christmas. I've had 2 weeks off of work, which has been really, really nice. I love to be at home over Christmas, spend time with the children, just everybody's in a good mood, and there's lots of telly, and no one expects to go out of the house that much because it's chilly. And I like being in the house. There's nothing wrong with it. So now I nearly didn't do this podcast, or I don't know if it is a podcast, but I nearly didn't make this video because I didn't think I was very well equipped, because I haven't got any sock blockers, because some people might be shocked by this, but I don't actually block socks when I've made them. When I've finished them, I just take them off the needles and put them straight on. So this sock here, I think I cast these on just before the children broke up for their 2 weeks holidays, and these are the Drippity Drop Socks by Kay from the Bakery Bears. Very pretty. And the yarn is from Truly Hooked, and I think it's called Body Shaking. I always do a 1x1 twisted rib on my socks. Yeah, and they came out really nice. I knit all of my socks on 2.5 millimeters. I've tried 2.25s, but I don't know, it just wasn't right. I'm going to say a lot, aren't I? But yeah, I love them. And here's the other one. Don't suppose it makes any difference. Look, I made this out of a gift box that I'd been given. I just cut it out, and with the worst pair of scissors in the world, I had to rip it in the end, so I got fed up. So here's the other one. Isn't it pretty? I'd never made this pattern before. It's the worst sock blocker ever, isn't it? But never mind. There you go. Very pretty pattern. Oh, I mustn't get too close, you don't want to see me. I hope you can see that, all the lovely colours, all speckled. I'd had this yarn in my bag for a long, long time. But what I do is, because my birthday's in December and Christmas is in December, and then there's Valentine's Day and then there's Mother's Day, I stockpile yarn in those months, because my husband always buys me some, and then I spend birthday money and Christmas money on it, and then I use it throughout the year, because I've got a saying, and it's never save anything till best, because I like to use the stuff I've got. So I stockpile in December, January, February and March, and use it all the way through the year. It's lovely. I will order the occasional yarn club, but other than that, I don't tend to buy too much. Now the other thing, this isn't going to fit on the sock blockers. I did an advent swap. I took part in the Lay Family Yarn Advent Swap 2019, and I got paired with a lady, I think her name was Kathy, and she sent me 24 little balls, and I made it into, I wanted a pair of really, really long socks, so I made these. So I used 20 different colours to do the stripes, and then I put in 2 different coloured afterthought heels and 2 different coloured toes. I'd never go into a shop and pick these colours. I'd never order these colours, but I like them. And over Christmas, I had them hanging up on one of my hooks in my living room, and they look really nice. I'd like to order some of this pink here. I'll have to go back and check and see what it was. But yeah, I was really pleased with these. I did actually finish them before the 24th. I think I got to about there, and then I did the rest. I just thought I've got to do it. And I did them 2 at a time. And there's all sorts of lovely yarn from all different dyers in here. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with them. I like this one the best because of the pink heel. And I've never done stripy socks before. But I just tied this piece in the back. And yet last night when I had them on, my husband said, you do realise you've got some loose yarn out the back? I said, yeah, I know. That's to hang them up with. But I will cut that out. Yeah, love them. And the other thing I've made over Christmas, going back to the bakery bears, okay. So these are the Peter socks. And this yarn was a Christmas present from my husband. And it was from Lay Family Yarn. And it's called Fairy Tale of New York. Oh, isn't it lovely? Look, all those lovely little speckles. I think this is the best, this is the colour that it is over here. I think I'm going to have to order a sock blocker, aren't I? Because you can't see how nice they are really. It's a beautiful pink yarn with speckles in it. Sort of brown, and purple, and black. Love them. I haven't worn these yet. I've actually had them hanging up here and they look quite nice up there. The pattern was lovely. What I wanted when I was looking for a pattern, I just wanted something dotty. And because I'd enjoyed these drippity drop socks so much, I thought I'll go and have a look and see if there's anything suitable. And there was. I love them and I can't wait to wear them. I don't go out in homemade socks. Well, I do sometimes, but these tend to be my treat at the weekends or in the evening after I've had a bath and I've got my favourite pyjamas on. I'll put on a pair of these. And I just said I don't save any. No, but it's not saving anything till best, is it? Because I wear them every day. I just don't wear them out. Now what else have I got? I don't think I've got anything else that's finished. I have actually. Now, the other night when this is sewing by the way. The other night when I was in bed, I couldn't get to sleep because I've been going to bed late and getting up late. So I couldn't get to sleep. And I had this idea come into my head. I thought, I really want to make a teddy bear tomorrow with a lovely round belly. So yesterday afternoon when my children were settled and my husband was settled as well, I said, I think I might get my sewing machine out. So I made this little chap here. Hello. I've called him Jasper and he's so sweet. If I turn him on the side, you'll see. Oh, look at his lovely round belly. He's got nice legs. He's got a nice, beautiful head. He's ever so soft. That's it. When I make my teddy bears, because I do make quite a few, I make cats and rabbits as well. I don't use a pattern. I make it up as I go along. I just cut and hope for the best. I'll try and make the legs the same and the arms the same, but they're all completely different. So I say he's finished, but he's not really, because I do like them to have some clothes really, but I don't think he'll fit into a jumper, so he might just have to be satisfied with a very nice scarf. Will that be okay, Jasper? Yeah. Because you've got very thick hair, so you don't need too much of a coat on you, do you? Yeah, so he's lovely, isn't he? He's all stitched together by hand. All of the pieces are sewn together on the machine, obviously, but then his arms are attached by hand and his ears. And I stitched his little nose and his mouth, and I've got his little safety eyes. He's very sweet. So he's finished as well. I've got an Etsy teddy bear shop, so I might put him in there. But I don't know. I don't think I can part with him actually, because he's so lovely. Where would you like to sit, Jasper? Would you like to go up here? You can stand there next to the cups. That's it. God, I talk some rubbish, don't I? Right, so some things that I've got on the go at the moment, we'll say that. Right. Oh, I didn't look up what the pattern was called. Oh, I do know. It's The Elephant and the Mouse by Susan B. Anderson. And I'm making this at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I found the pattern because I saw the panda that Jules from So Sweet Violet had made. So I thought, oh, I quite fancy one of those. And then when I saw the elephant, I thought, well, I've got to make that. There is a bit of a problem though. I didn't read the pattern properly for the yarn requirements, and I thought it needed worsted weight, but it didn't. The cardigan needs worsted weight that he's going to wear, and he's supposed to be knitted in 4-ply, but I am still carrying on. I think he'll be quite nice. All thick. This is Rowan Pure Wool worsted weight. It's not a lot to show at the minute. It's just grey, a grey circle, but hopefully next time there'll be more. He's going to have a little anorak on, and I think it's going to be Rowan again. I've got this over here. It will be this colour, what's left over from this hat. This is the hat I was talking about that I made. I just don't think it suits me. Shall I put it on? You probably think I look silly. This is the raspberry jam beret. See what I mean about my fringe? It pushes it down. Now look, I think I need to cut my fringe, don't I? Poke that bit down there. Never mind. But anyway, this is the colour that his cardigan will be. Hopefully I'll have a bit more to show next time. Now, this is another Christmas present from my husband. He's very good. And these are going to be the prairie socks from, once again, by Kay from the Bakery Bears. Put my hand in there. And this yarn is from Dusty Dimples, and it's called, just a second, I've got stuff all over the place in this house. I've got the ticket here. Here you go. Called You Can Find Me in Cuba. Oh dear. Oh dear. What a muddle. Here you go. You Can Find Me in Cuba. 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Oh, that's rubbish, Paula. Never mind. Yeah, so I'm just about to, well, I'm now making the heel flap. Oh, I really like them. I used to panic about having lots of stuff on the go at once, but I don't anymore. It'll get done in the end. The other thing I've got at the moment on the go, this is something I wanted to do last year, but I forgot. It's a temperature blanket. These are quite popular at the moment, I've found. And the idea is you knit one row or crochet one row or crochet one square a day according to what the daily maximum temperature was. But I've decided to do mine a little bit different. So this is yesterday's square. And what I'm going to do, it's better if I show you this one, which is, no, this is the 1st of January, this is the 2nd. This round, this bit here, that's going to be the minimum temperature of the day. And this is going to be the maximum temperature of the day. And then I'm going to do a green outline. So that was the 1st of January, and that's the 2nd of January. And then the idea is at the end of the year, this is a leap year, isn't it? So I will have 366 squares to join together. I'll have to do some maths and work out how many I need to have in a row and down. But I've picked these colours here. I've written down what I'm going to do. This isn't a very professional video, is it? So for 2 degrees and under, I'm going to use this cream here. For 3 degrees to 7, I'm going to use this duck egg. 8 to 12, soft peach, which looks a lot more pink really. 12 to 17 is going to be mushroom. 18 to 22 is apricot. 6 is this pink. I don't think it's actually called pink. I think it's called powder pink. And the outline is going to be in green. I've got to find another colour, one more colour, which will be 29 plus. I don't think I'll use that colour very much living in the UK, but I don't know, maybe a soft lilac. And the yarn is, I knocked these teacups over a little while ago, Stylecraft Special Double Knit. And I've made loads and loads and loads of blankets out of this. It's 100% acrylic, but those blankets, I've got dogs, I've got cats, I've got a bunny, 3 children, and they have lasted beautifully. I've washed them, I've tumble dried them, and they're still as lovely as the first day I made them. I think there could be a lot of snobbery around acrylic yarn, but I'm not one of those people who have got the snobbery towards it. Oh dear. And the other thing I've got on the go, this is something I've had for a long time. Now where have I put it? I think it's in this, over here. Here we are. So I've got a bit of a problem. I get really, really sad about my children getting older, and I struggle to get rid of their old stuff because it makes me sad. So I've got bags and bags and bags of their old clothes. So I've decided to make a quilt out of them. This is going to look rubbish, by the way, on the screen, but so the white cotton are all of their old school shirts. I'm not so sad about getting rid of school shirts because I don't like ironing them, but last year at the end of term I thought, cool, what a lot of waste, this is such lovely fabric, and I've looked after them all very well and they're still gleaming white, so I thought, well, I'm going to use them. So I haven't done very much. I had a spurt over the summer where I just wanted to work on it all the time, but I've gone off it a bit. But maybe if I'll show you, this will give me a little bit of a kick to get it started again. So here you go. All of the white, I hold it up over my face, all of the white are school shirts, and then each of these little squares, they're all my little girls' dresses that they used to wear. Lizzie, she wore this one on her 3rd birthday, and this was her 4th birthday dress. And then, oh, that was a dress that she wore to a party. That was a coat. And then Meg's skirt. Oh, yeah. So it's a good way of keeping hold of things without having bags of rubbish all over the place. I think it'll be quite nice. It'll look nice in here once it's finished, but it needs to be quite a lot bigger than it is already. It does look quite big on there, but it's not really. I'd like it to be massive. And I've still got lots of white cotton, and I've still got lots of the little squares as well, because you get loads and loads out of just one dress, because most of them are gathered. So when you open it out, there's like a massive piece of fabric like that. So I think I did 2-inch squares to make these. I can't remember how big I did these, but hopefully I will get that on the go again and get it finished. Also in here I've made lots and lots, I don't know if you can still hear me, these are all made out of their dresses and shirts, t-shirts as well, and that's going to be a panel in the middle, and then I'm going to do a border around the outside, and then I'm going to stitch these around the border. That was Johnny's t-shirt. Oh, Lizzie and Meg both had a dress made out of that. Oh, you don't care. But anyway, I've made lots and lots of these little hexy, that was Johnny's shirt, hexy flowers. I was going to stitch these all together to make a big quilt, but I can't be bothered. So I'm just going to applique these around the outside. There. If you can hear a funny noise, it's my dog snoring. He's about to turn 6, and he has just started to snore. Sends me mad. He sleeps in my bedroom. It is annoying. That was the Lizzie's coat. Oh, so sweet. But anyway, hopefully I will get that started again soon. Is that it? Oh, I've got a few things that I got for Christmas from my mother-in-law, and something that I bought the other day. So she said, what would you like for Christmas? I said, well, I would like some fabric to make myself some new dresses for the new year. So she bought me this one. I don't know how much there is, I'll have to measure it, but it feels like there's quite a lot. It's very pretty, isn't it? And I like these sorts of colours. I found that navy and brighter colours suit me because of my dark hair. I love pastels, but I don't think they suit me. So this is something I've got to find a pattern. Once I've found out how many meters there are, I'll be able to match it up with a pattern. And then I've got this one as well. It's a bit more pink. It's lovely. I need to measure that as well. And then the other day I went to Cambridge and I went in John Lewis and I bought this. It was on sale. It was £7 a metre. It looks pastel, but it's not. It's quite bright, really. And I've got 2.5 metres of that, so that's enough to make a pattern that I've got in mind. I think that'll look quite nice with navy blue tights and a navy blue cardigan. Love navy blue. I think it's my favourite colour for clothes. Another message. Never had so many messages in all my life. I think that's all I've got to show you today. I don't know who I think I'm talking to. I doubt anyone will ever watch. We'll see. Can you hear him? His name is Dennis. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go and see if my tea is defrosted. And then I'm going to knit for the rest of the night. I might make Jasper a scarf because I think it's going to be chilly. Oh, he's lovely. Look at his belly. Shall I make you a scarf? Yes. Okay. Anyway, I'm talking rubbish, so I think I better go. Goodbye everybody. Thank you for watching.